Welcome to the Sparkle Effect, a Renegade Maid podcast, where the mop meets the mic. I'm Michelle, founder of Sparkling Homes Cleaning and the Chief Sparkler, and I'm here to spill the suds on what it's really like to run a cleaning business, clean homes like a pro, and keep your sparkle inside and out. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the deep dive. We get insights from all sorts of places, and today you sent us something interesting. It's a blog post from a company called Sparkling Homes Cleaning.
Yeah, the title is Why Our Monthly Team Meetings Are Crucial for Our Success.
Right. And Sparkling Homes, they're not just like in one spot. They operate across a bunch of Minnesota communities.
Yeah.
Albertville, Annandale, Anoka.
All the way to Zimmerman, yeah. It suggests they've probably got a pretty distributed team, people working in different places.
Exactly. So this post, it's by Michelle Allegretta,
Mhm.
updated recently, and it lays out 9 specific reasons why they think these monthly meetings are so vital.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is, to go beyond just that list. We want to really dig into the core ideas about good team communication, good collaboration that Sparkling Homes seems to have figured out.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Okay, point 1, alignment on company goals. Seems pretty standard, maybe. But how do they actually make sure everyone's, on the same page?
Well, what's interesting, I think, is how deliberate they are about it. It's not just, here are the goals, hope you remember them.
Right.
The article points out that every single monthly meeting starts with reviewing objectives, checking progress, and talking about challenges right up front.
Okay, so that regular check-in acts like an anchor.
Exactly. It keeps it top of mind.
But is it just listening? I wonder how they ensure people are actually absorbing it, especially with a team spread out across different locations. Are there ways to make that more active?
That's a good point. The article does mention they also revisit the company's core mission,
Yeah.
sort of reminding everyone why they're doing what they're doing.
Oh, the why.
Yeah, and connecting individual jobs back to that bigger purpose. That connection can be, really powerful for getting people bought in, especially if they're working mostly alone day to day.
Okay, that makes sense. So if everyone's aligned, the next logical step, their second point, is tracking progress and celebrating wins. How do they track if they're actually heading in the right direction?
It's more than just a status update, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, checking on goals is obviously key, but they really emphasize celebrating wins. And not just the huge ones.
Oh, interesting. Like the small stuff, too.
Exactly. The small victories, the consistent effort along the way. It's about acknowledging all of it.
Right, because that kind of recognition, as they say, can really boost morale, keep people motivated.
Definitely.
But how do you make sure those celebrations feel real? Not just ticking a box. Does the article give any hints about how they celebrate different kinds of wins in these meetings?
It doesn't go into super specific examples of how, but it does suggest this check-in time is also crucial for spotting when things aren't going right.
Okay. So it's a chance to catch problems early.
Yeah, exactly. It creates this built-in opportunity for course correction before small hiccups turn into, major roadblocks. It feels quite proactive.
Which is so important, catching things early. Okay, point 3 really gets to the heart of it. Fostering open communication. Lots of companies talk about this. But what might Sparkling Homes actually be doing in these meetings to make it happen?
Well, it seems like they intentionally structure the meetings for two-way conversation. It's not just management talking at the team.
Okay.
The article stresses that it's an opportunity for team members to actually share their own ideas or maybe voice concerns, ask for feedback.
So the goal is making people feel heard, valued, empowered to speak up.
That seems to be it. They want people to contribute their perspectives because, as the post says, that open dialogue leads to better collaboration, better problem solving.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It stops people feeling like they're working in silos, especially if they're out in different locations most of the time.
Exactly. For cleaners who might be in different homes, different towns, these meetings are maybe a vital connection point. Ensures everyone gets the same info, feels part of the bigger team. It's like a structured way to break down those communication barriers.
Okay, point 4 kind of builds on that. Addressing challenges and finding solutions. It sounds like this isn't just random, but a dedicated part of the meeting.
Yes, the article definitely highlights that. They specifically set aside time in the meetings to talk about obstacles. Could be issues with projects or timelines or even just how things are done internally.
And how do they tackle them? Is it just the manager figuring it out?
No, it seems the emphasis is on a team effort, like using the meeting to brainstorm solutions together.
Leveraging the whole team makes sense. Different people bring different perspectives, right?
Exactly. The blog implies that by pooling those different experiences, they probably come up with better, maybe more creative solutions than one person could alone.
And dealing with challenges regularly, like you said earlier, it also builds that culture of continuous improvement.
Right. It signals that, it's okay to hit roadblocks as long as the team works together to get past them and learn something.
Okay, moving to point 5, encouraging professional development. So the meetings aren't just about current tasks, they're looking ahead for the team members too.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's quite forward-looking. The article mentions they actually discuss opportunities for growth. Things like training, learning new skills, maybe even career paths within Sparkling Homes.
So professional development is like woven into the regular meeting rhythm.
It appears so. And they also mention recognizing team members who've done particularly well in certain areas.
Public recognition. That can be a powerful motivator, can't it? For the person recognized and maybe inspires others too.
Absolutely. Highlighting success stories like that reinforces the company's values, shows what good performance looks like, and encourages it across the team.
Okay, point 6, creating a sense of accountability. This seems like it would naturally flow from talking about goals and progress all the time.
Precisely. When you're regularly discussing goals, projects, deadlines openly as a team, it kind of inherently makes people feel more responsible, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know your stuff is going to come up.
Right. The article explains these monthly touch points help ensure everyone knows what they and the team are aiming for and the timelines involved. It creates that sense of ownership.
Knowing your work or any hurdles you're facing will be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that adds a layer of accountability. The blog suggests this leads to better performance, more pride in your work.
And think about that distributed team again. For people working more independently, this regular check-in is probably even more crucial for accountability. It's a consistent way to make sure everyone's contributing to the shared goals and to catch any potential delays early.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7 shifts gears a bit. Strengthening team culture. This is about the connections beyond the work itself.
Yeah, and it's interesting they explicitly call this out. They give examples like celebrating birthdays, maybe sharing quick personal updates.
The human stuff.
Exactly. Those informal check-ins that help build rapport, make the environment feel more supportive, more positive.
It's about building those bonds that make a group feel like a real team. The post highlights that this strong culture, built partly through these meetings, leads to better collaboration, better morale, just a more enjoyable place to work.
Definitely. And that feeling of belonging, that camaraderie, can be especially important if your job involves working alone a lot of the time. These meetings offer a regular chance to reconnect and feel like part of that shared identity.
Okay, number 8 brings us back to looking forward. Aligning on upcoming priorities. Sounds like they use the end of the meeting strategically.
Yes, the article really stresses clarity here. They use this time to talk through the main priorities for the next month.
Laying out the roadmap.
Pretty much. Discussing upcoming projects, figuring out what resources or support the team might need to succeed. It's all about minimizing confusion and making sure everyone's ready.
Setting clear expectations, making sure everyone understands the plan for the next few weeks. The blog notes this proactive planning boosts effectiveness, efficiency, less wasted effort.
Which, brings us right back to the title of the post, crucial for our success. By always looking ahead and getting aligned, they're setting themselves up to keep making progress.
Makes sense. And the final point, number 9, reinforcing transparency and trust. This feels like it underpins everything else we've discussed.
It really does. And what's interesting is how these regular meetings themselves build that transparency. The article suggests that when everyone understands what's happening, across different areas, it cuts down on surprises.
And that naturally builds trust.
Yeah, which they rightly call out as a cornerstone for any successful team. It's fundamental.
That openness makes people feel included, informed, like they're part of things, even if they aren't making every single decision.
Right. The blog notes this leads to better alignment, a stronger feeling of shared success.
It creates that environment, that psychological safety where people feel okay sharing ideas or concerns.
Exactly. Because there's that foundation of openness and trust cultivated through these regular interactions.
So when you pull all 9 points together, it's really clear that for Sparkling Homes Cleaning, these monthly meetings are way more than just going through the motions.
Oh, absolutely. They seem to view them as a really strategic tool, a core part of their culture, and a big driver of their success.
Yeah.
It's this dedicated time to align everyone, keep communication open, tackle problems head on, support growth, build accountability, strengthen the team bonds, plan ahead, and underpinning it all, reinforcing transparency and trust. It's about actively building a high-performing team.
So thinking about these 9 points from Sparkling Homes, it makes you reflect, doesn't it? For anyone listening, considering your own work or team, what's maybe one aspect of team communication or collaboration that this deep dive makes you want to perhaps rethink?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what field you're in, does it? These principles seem pretty universal.
Not at all, whether it's cleaning services or software development or anything else.
So maybe take a moment to think about the real value of those regular structured check-ins. Not just ticking a box, but as a powerful way to build a team that's stronger, more aligned.
And ultimately more successful, whatever success looks like in your context.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth considering how these practices could apply.
Thanks for tuning in to The Sparkle Effect. If you loved today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share the sparkle with someone who needs it. Want more cleaning inspo or to book a visit from our cleaning team? Head over to sparklinghomescleaning.com or find us on social media at Sparkling Homes Cleaning Service. Until next time, stay sparkly and keep shining bright.